Hey guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I want to share a little milestone with you. So yesterday I did my first interval training session with double 32 kilogram long cycle. So here's the first set. So I did 10 sets of 1 minute on, 1 minute off. As you see, like the first set, the fixation is a bit wobbly. So I should have warmed up a little bit better. And it's like the most basic interval training session in kettlebell sport. If you have ever trained kettlebell sport, you surely have done this. So this 1 minute on, 1 minute off format, and that's why I love it to just like assess my progress and see where I'm at, because you do it so consistently over the course of your training career that you can always use it to kind of assess and compare with prior performances. So I cut out the rest periods obviously because it's not interesting to watch. And long cycle. So the reason I switched to long cycle, I mean, I used to like talk some shit and say long cycle. I don't know, like some banter basically used to say long cycle is easy because I come from biathlon. So biathlon is jerk and snatch, and there is some like I still think like biathlon. So like jerk and snatch is more sophisticated in many ways, and in many ways it is harder to train for, harder technically. But from a like purely general physical preparation standpoint, the exercise you see me doing here, a long cycle clean and jerk, is definitely the king of exercises, because it combines a pull and a push. Like you have a clean, which is like a full body pull, like you work the whole posterior chain, and then you have a full body push with the jerk, where you use the quads and the shoulders and tricep muscles, and it combines those two like movement patterns into one exercise. And as a result, you not only develop all of those muscle groups, but because there is so much musculature involved, it's also really challenging for the cardiovascular system, because you just have to, like, your heart has, you have to supply a lot of oxygen. And that's why it's really like, if you want to do only one kettlebell sport exercise, or one kettlebell exercise, really, like, I think there's like it's hard to argue against long cycle. And here I did it the first time with 32s. So I've only been long cycling for around a year, because like I said before that, I used to do only biathlon. And I only did 24s until December, and only this year I started training with heavier weights. And the reason I'm I'm kind of like progressing quickly is now in this year, is because we're kind of like forcing the progression. So we're kind of like speed running the progression, because there's a big competition in St. Petersburg in May. It's called White Nights, and it's like one of the bigger competitions, but it's an international competition. So lifters from all around the world can compete. So I'm going to compete for Austria, and the goal is to do long cycle with the 32s, and it's going to be in May, like start of May, I believe. And yeah, it's of course a big challenge going in, like, it sounds like a long time, 5 months, but going from 24s to 32s in 5 months, especially for someone who's not as proficient in long cycle, is a big challenge. And so the like the first 6 weeks of the year, like I was a little bit sick at the first couple of days of the year, and the first 6 weeks, we worked up to 10 minutes with the 28s, and that was already like kind of like forced progress, because in the beginning I couldn't lift them at all. And now, like, we did the IKO World Championship. I did an online entry, and I did 48 reps. with the 28s, did the whole 10 minutes, and now we are right to 32s. And you can do that, like forcing progression works if your body doesn't break down. And like, for example, a guy I train with at my gym, is he's been training for 2 years, and he did 10 minutes with 32s, and he did 51 reps, which is like insane. But he's like young, very strong, because he has a powerlifting background, and highly motivated. So if you have like the raw material and the raw talent and the general physical preparation, you can get good very quickly. That's like the thing. I sound like a broken record, but the thing I always talk about, like, if you have the base, you can go places. And if you have no base, you can, like, it's going to take forever, because you still have to build the base. And you can build it by just training kettlebell sport, but you still have to like lay the foundation, and it's going to take time. But even though I'm older, I do have a good base. So like, I do have the strength, I do have the conditioning, I have developed the flexibility, I have developed the technique over the prior 3 years. And like, I kind of have the elements. So now I can, like, I hope I can make it work to like speed run the progression. And now I'm go to get to 10 minutes in over the next 6 weeks. Like, it's not a guarantee, but like, overall I feel good. My joints feel good. And so far I'm on schedule. So this is the eighth set. They've set my base pace for the workout was 6 RPM, but on the eighth and the ninth set I only did 5. But overall, it's like at the start of the year, I didn't even hit that volume. Not I didn't even hit that volume with double 30 kg, and like two kilos is a big difference in kettlebell sport. So that's kind of like my current situation. And I'm very focused on training right now, on the competition. I'm not really too focused on like my online business and making a bunch of content, but I still will try to do the videos and do the YouTube video updates. And also, if you have any requests, just let me know. Let me know if you want to see anything in particular. So yeah, what I'm like, I spent a lot of last year doing really big running volume, because I wanted to build my aerobic base. That was kind of my line of thinking. And now I'm just like obviously I'm doing my like couple hours of cardio every week, but it's like way down, because like it's like this concept of you build a base and then you specialize, right? So I already had the good strength base. I was lacking, and like that's what my assessment like showed me. I was lacking aerobically, because I don't have a strong endurance background. So last year I really tried to up the running mileage, while also doing a lot of kettlebell sport specific training. And this year I'm kind of like, from January on, I'm really focused on the kettlebell sport, and obviously still doing the GPP, but like the focus is on the specialization. So it's kind of like the realization phase. I'm trying to really realize my potential now. And that's, yeah, that's like it's my 4th year in kettlebell sport, and that's it's not like crazy fast, but that's a realistic and good timeline for someone of like average talent. Is if you work really hard, you can get to 32s in 4 years, if you have a solid base. If you're younger, or you have like an amazing base, or you're very talented, you can get there faster. If you're older, or you have to build the base first it's going to take longer, but yeah, that's kind of like, in the beginning I didn't even think I would get to 32s, because like it looked impossible. So I remember my first goals were only like, I wanted to do 100 jerks with 24s, and I wanted to do 200 reps of snatch with 24, but I never thought I would actually like make it to 32s. But yeah, that's kind of like where the road took me. And like I said, I'm going to keep doing like different topics. Like, I think the next video I'm going to talk, it's going to be more conceptual. I'm going to talk about longevity, training for longevity, basically like conserving youth, if you want, and my thoughts on that. And that video should be out also this week. And also we have a little competition on Saturday, and if I manage, I'm going to do a little vlog there as well. And I hope my presentation and my content and everything will get better and more interesting, because like it's fun. I'm gonna try being a YouTuber for a bit, and obviously I want to make the experience interesting. So give me some, uh, cut me some slack, and I'm going to try to improve over time. Thank you guys. Have a good day and see you.